Hello everyone, welcome to the sixth critique video, and today I'm gonna go through a list of 12 also, so let's get quickly started. So the first one, banana photography. So I can see that you have been very consistent on 3 in a row, so if that's the pattern that you like, that's a great job keeping it consistently throughout all the feed. And the only thing I can have a little bit of critique is that I like the bokeh here. I really like the bokeh here, but there are some lines, like multiple lines that might be like too busy, causing the image too busy. Like this one, there are many different lines in front, in the foreground, and also in the background is directly crossing the head. And also there are some another set of lines on the side. It causing the focus, and especially this white t-shirt, it overpower the center of attention of the portrait. So just you can just move around and then find some other cleaner background. So that's my only suggestion for now. But anyway, and the branches also, so just avoid, I have been talking about through all my videos, just avoid the branches crossing the head part. So you can just turn to the left of the camera and then avoid the crossing the head, because for me, when I look at the image and it is especially crossing the head, the body is fine, but the head sometimes it cause some distraction from the top. So next one. So this one, overall, I like the overall like ocean vibes in here. It's very nice, good vibes. But the only suggestion I have is this, the horizontal lines. So as a feed in general, as a feed consistency in general, I can see, okay, the first one, the horizontal line is maybe on the top 1/8 area. And then the second one is around half the area, and then this one is probably on top 1/3 area. So what I mean is just build a consistent horizontal lines. Be aware of where the horizontal line it is cohesive with the next spot, and just like that, be aware of the horizontal lines. And this horizontal line seems like a little bit tilted to the left. I will rotate a little bit to the right for this picture also. But overall I like the ocean style on your feed. So next one. So let's see, this one is too bright. The exposure you can reduce slightly a little bit, because the only reason I mentioned this one is that this landscape has the nice tone and dark tone, and suddenly there's a very bright tone in here. It breaks the pattern between the two very nicely tone between the 1 and 3rd slot. So that's why I was saying maybe post another dark portrait. I think the black and white might be better on this 2nd slot. So all this sunset style, and you can still tone down a little bit for this one. And also, as I was saying on the horizontal lines, so this one cropping about 1/2. But when you're overall looking at this row, you have a close-up portrait, and then you have another portrait, and then you have a horizontal line that breaks the pattern of the feed. So just be careful when you be aware, like when you're posting the feed next to each other, because this picture individually it looks nice, but in the consistency standpoint, from the feed cohesiveness standpoint, it's better to build a feed that has more flow in it, because this horizontal line from overall standpoint it breaks. So this picture is a very bright style, and then this one is also bright style. So just when you're posting in the future, just make sure the tone like this one is nice dark, and then you can post a semi dark one, and then you can post another dark one. So just avoid huge jump. That's just my overall goal, that avoid a huge jump in terms of the tones. So next one, I like the overall tone consistency also. I am very careful when posting a lot of lines in the back also. So I can do from the sideway instead. If I see a lot of lines here, I will shoot from the side of the window so that I can blur out most of the part. Or you can ask the portrait even one more step toward you, so the lines won't be too strong. But in this case, the lines are in the same color as the outfit, I think, but some of them are white. So I was, if I'm shooting, I'm very aware of all the lines in the background, because the bokeh in the back is very nice already. So I'm thinking, oh, if I take a shot like this, I might just go outside the building and then do another shot, just do a clean bokeh background with the portrait in front, so that the portrait is like more stand out in terms of the background. So, but overall, you are keeping the tone nicely. And just one thing to be aware of is that in this row, in the third row, the cropping. So this is around around in the half area of the picture. This one is very cropping to the top, and then this one is very cropping to the bottom. So just be aware of the consistency of the cropping. Just make sure you have, if you're trying to crop here, maybe 3 in a row cropping to the bottom, and then another one cropping near half, and then you can just crop another one near the half area. But yeah, overall the tone, I like the tone overall. Yeah. So next one. So this one is a XT2 shooter also. I really like the dark tone consistency overall. Even in the landscape or portrait, it has a nice dark tone consistency in it, and then the contrast. I really like this picture because it frames nicely with the arc and the person. So probably you were waiting for the person to walk perfectly in the center. So this picture is very nicely framed, and the color of the blue and the blue door, it's very nicely framed to the center. So nicely done. I really like this one. So, and the leading lines also nicely done, leading line to the portrait, and then the portrait has nicely contrast color in it. So really good feed overall, like maintaining very good consistency and dark tone overall. So I don't have any like more advice, because you are doing great job keeping this consistency already. And next one. So this one, okay, the detail shots. So, and flower. So when I'm starting the photography, I always shoot flowers also. I like flowers. I can even reduce the tone a little bit more, so you can reduce the exposure a little bit more, so that the white from the flower is not that strong, so that the more purple comes up. So, and also when you're doing flower, make sure the background is cleaner also. You can do a bigger aperture like f1.8, so that more stuff will blur out, or with some bokeh in the back, so that it creates more interesting background. And overall, so this is bright, and then this one is bright too straight, and then the background is dark. So what I mean is, you can post this one bright, and then post a dark one, and then you post another bright one. So next one. So it's nicely dark tone. I like the contrast in this feed. The only thing I'm not sure about this gap right here. if the gap is big enough for the whole eyes, I will position the gap in here. And if it's not, I will just do the whole glass area and ask the portrait to step to the right. So the whole face will be in the glass area, so it creates a moody style. So the gap usage, it has to be carefully selected. What I mean is if this gap is wider, so more eyes included, because right now it cuts half of the eyes, it creates a little bit of distraction for me. If it cuts through maybe around the nose area, so it has the whole eyes in it, that creates a strong attraction from the viewer to looking at the eyes, because right now it cuts through the eyes, it doesn't create a strong motion. So in that case, I will just put the whole thing in the glass and then just moody style. So that's just my take on that one. And I like the overall contrast tone. Be careful on these two straight similar posts. So if I'm posting, I won't post two straight similar posts in a similar location, because it unless you try to do these three outfits in a row, but it's still the composition. So this one, when you look at the square format, this one is near the top third area, but this one is near the right third area. So it wasn't like cohesive to me. So I didn't see these two next to each other create a strong combined feeling in here. So what I mean is that you can post this one, and then you can post this one, and then you can post another one, like another headshot or something, to break the pattern, because these two slides next to each other, it from far away, from the whole feed consistency standpoint, the composition does break the consistency in this one. So that's just my take on that one. Next one. So let's see. I like this one, but there's a little bit shadow in the face. In this case, I know it's in a cloudy overcast. Sometimes the light is directly above. When you look at the hair, you can see the light direction is directly above. So in that case, you can ask the model to chin up a little bit slightly, so that the face can be ambient light from top. So you can ask the model slightly chin up to the right, so that more more natural light on the face. I can still see a little bit of shadow if she directly look at the camera right there. You can just ask her chin up and then look to the right or look to her left, so that it has more side profile in it. And overall, I like the vibrant color in here. And let me see. So just be careful of these little lines I have been talking about through many different videos. Just these lines right here, you can just move the camera to the right, so that these lines, or just use the head part to cover. Just lower your camera and then cover these lines completely, so it won't add slight distraction in the back. So I'm very aware of this small detail on the lines in the background. So when you think about it, and then think about whether the lines cause a distraction to the eyes, you can just like close it and then open to see if it's where do you look first. The goal is, when you open that portrait, you should get your viewer to look at the eyes first. So because there are some lines in the back, probably I'm looking at this area right now, because there's some light on the hair, and then yeah, just like that. So that's just my suggestion. And be careful on the face shadow. So even in the overcast, so doing chin up will light up the face a little bit more. Next one. So overall, it has a green tone in it. Just to make sure I like the capture of the freezing motion of the bee, but just make sure that from the feed consistency standpoint, don't leave any white space in the second slot of the second row. So because it leaves some white space, unless you stay consistency, like the third row, everything is with the white space. But just to be consistent, you can choose a pattern. Do you want always in the square format, or do you want always in the vertical format? Because right now the vertical, you can choose the 4x5 and then still sew up a nice square in the feed. So next one. So I like the freezing the action. You can even crop closer, because this one I think is still not cropping too close, because you can still see the white sign on the background. It doesn't serve the purpose with this one in the frame. So I can, like, I don't want those branch in the back also, so I can just crop it closer like this. And these two pictures have similar tone, but when they are next to each other, it seems like their heads are too close to each other. So their heads are too close to each other next to the second slot and the third slot. So in that case, think about that. Don't post the one that with very narrow space on the left right next to very narrow space on the right. So that's my take on when you post picture, and then be aware of the spacing consistency. Also remain, I will crop out this edge right here, this brown edge, because it doesn't serve a purpose. So when I crop it closer like this, also this tree, you can like move the camera to the left so that the background will be this area right there. So usually the action shots, when your camera is lower, so you can lower your camera probably 1 or 2 feet, so that it lower the angle, so that more tree from the top leaves as a background, and cropping the edge. So that's just my take on the picture and the overall feed consistency. But nicely capture the action, like the action. So this one, yeah, last time I was talking about be careful of the white blur out, cropping very too close to the neck area. So I like the tone overall. I like the skin tone and the overall tone of the environment. I'm not sure about these leaves in front. Sometimes it causes a little bit of distraction to me when I'm looking at the picture from the outside. This white area is the strongest to my eyes right now, and my eyes should be more close, like to pointing to the center of the portrait instead of this. So if I took a picture and then I see this thing, I can just like ask the model to stand out a little bit so that it won't directly on the neck area. So, and I like the throwing leaves style. Yeah, I really like the freezing of the motion. And let me see. So I like the tone in this one. I like the neon light. This one probably I will crop closer in here, so you can see a little bit of like dots stuff here. I will crop it like completely close, and then to be more focused on the center of this portrait. So, but overall, I like the tone in here, like the tones in this one. So this one I was talking about in my previous video also. I'm very careful on the white pole area, even in the neck. So because this one breaks the image from the left and right, and it's really strong white in the center also. Because from the outside, you can see from the outside the feed, you can see it's already very strong, and it breaks the pattern from your nicely dark tone, and then this one breaks the pattern, and in two ways, from the feed consistency standpoint and from individual picture. So in this case, I will ask her to step back a couple of feet so that this will be in here, and then ask her to step back a couple of feet so that this won't be in the center of the image. So that's just my opinion on that one. And thank you. Let me see if it's that last one. Okay, there's another one, last one. So let me see. So the flower and portrait mix seems this portrait, and then some landscape. So as I have been talking about, make sure the pattern can be consistent with landscape, because right now it's like right side weighted, so there are too many portraits on the right side of the slot on the first two rows. In that case, I will post like this, so one portrait and then one flower and then one portrait, so that it balances out from the feed left to right in the center. So that's just my take on that one. And let me see what else. Yeah, so just make sure when you are mixing the landscape and portrait together, just make sure they are alternatively like balanced. So I like the tone in it. I like the tone in this one, and then I like the tone in this one also. So yeah, that's it for today's the critique video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to still join, even though right now it's at the 26th video, you can still comment on my latest post in my feed, and then I will add to the 26th or 27th video. I think 26th video in the plan is almost full. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.